Flying. It is perhaps one of the most exhilarating and liberating things one can do in a dream. So it's no surprise that flying is usually the first thing people do upon learning how to lucid dream. It should be easy. After all, you've done it countless times in your non-lucid dreams, and surely the addition of your conscious awareness should only make it easier, right? That's what I thought. So you can imagine my disappointment when, upon getting lucid and feeling the full force of my senses come to life, I took to the sky, only to find myself a few feet off the ground, slowly descending back to earth at the peak of my jump. Several times I tried, only to ever really achieve this kind of extended jump. I guess it's similar to what the Incredible Hulk can do. You know, he launches himself pretty far, but he can't fly. This was a problem for a really long time, and truth be told, it still kind of is. I found it so frustrating that in a non-lucid dream, flying was simple. It required absolutely no effort whatsoever. So why was it in a lucid dream, a dream that was supposed to be more real than a regular dream, I couldn't do it? So why was that? Why was a task that I had deemed a beginner's task proving to be so difficult to do? Well, the thing I hadn't considered when getting lucid was not only was I bringing my waking life awareness into the dream with me, I was also bringing waking life me. I was bringing aspects of myself that are typically offline when asleep, and unfortunately waking life me is in a constant state of existential dread. Someone who needs to understand how everything works. So when it came to flying, it wasn't as simple as just taking off into the sky and flying. I needed to understand the mechanics behind flying. For instance, what was keeping me airborne? How am I able to constantly and continuously propel myself through the sky? How can I stay floating in the air without gravity affecting me? And now, of course, all of these things are ridiculous. This is a dream. The laws of physics don't apply here. But yet, little anxious me is consumed with these thoughts and these beliefs, meaning I struggle to fly in dreams. One of the ways I started to tackle this was looking at different ways of flying. At first I was a little bit annoyed that I had to do this, but ultimately it ended up being really fun, and it helped me learn not only more about flying, but how I fly and how I dream, and what I need to do to make my lucid dreams work for me. Now, the first place I looked was video games, and this helped quite a lot. I liked how in the game Infamous, the protagonist Cole had the ability to harness and use electricity, and partway through the game you unlock this ability to fly, or I guess more accurately glide, using electricity. And for some reason this worked really well in a dream, and it's one of the techniques that I still use if I am struggling with flying. So if I am flying and suddenly I find myself kind of falling back to the ground, or just not being able to keep myself sort of moving, I will sort of fire electricity or energy from my hands, which helps to propel me through the air. Now, why my mind accepts that I can do this, but it can't accept that I can just fly, I don't know. But that's just kind of how it works for me. I guess a similar method would be using a suit like Iron Man, or even using a jetpack. I have heard of people using jetpacks before. Sticking with the superhero theme, using a Spider-Man style web sling is a pretty good way of keeping that speed and momentum going as well. But flying is more than simply just flying. It's more than just moving through the air. There is a sensation that comes with flying as well. What does it feel like to actually fly? So one of the things that's helped me here is, I've drawn inspiration from roller coasters, for example. Now, a roller coaster is nothing like flying, but the whole sensation of going around loops or going down drops, the wind kind of hitting me and that feeling in my stomach, all of these things I've kind of taken and I've used them within a dream to try and get the sensation of flying to feel quite realistic as well, more than just, flying. The only limit is your imagination. Not all tasks are created equal, and what someone might find really easy to do, you might not, and that's okay. There is no right or wrong way to do this. So I would recommend just playing around, experimenting, don't get too frustrated by it, and just see what happens. Rara, for example, creates flying potions by using the blood of his enemies. So there you have it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more videos from me in the future. As well as that, you can also follow me on my Patreon page, and you can check out my Redbubble page for some designs such as this Eat Sleep Lucid Dream t-shirt. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I have been Max, aka the Rah Rah Rabbit, and I'll see you in the next video.